All right, so we're in the S2000. This is the first video in a pretty long time on this channel. I got a lot of updates. So it is freaking hot today. We're having a heat wave in Jersey. It was like 90. What was the high for today? 95. Even now it's 87. Well, 90 according to my watch. So yeah, the high is 95. It's still 90. I'm moving to somewhere even hotter apparently. So about 3-4 years ago, my sister moved to North Carolina, and I think the rest of my family, my girlfriend and everyone, we're gonna head over there as well, like very soon. So I've been extremely busy the past couple of months setting up for that, and within the next like month and a half, we might be already at the new location. But besides that, let's talk car stuff. So the S2000 has a new set of wheels. Really nice set of wheels, extremely lightweight as well. Trying to remember the weight off the top of my head. So these wheels, me and my business partner produced them. It's a new wheel that we have both produced and a brand that we're going to be, going forward with. 4 wheels, and the S2000, if you guys know or don't know, has a very specific offset to fit without needing a lot of work to sit flush. It's a very aggressive offset. What is it, like plus 60? I don't know, something crazy. But I did all the research and we tested this set on my car and it fits perfect. It's a design that I kind of pieced together. It was like a vision that I had, worked with the design team, was able to bring it to life. We had one minor issue, and I mean like super minor. These center caps in the rear would pop off, they were hitting. So we just had new center caps machined, fully machined center caps, and they kind of have a little bit of an indent, in the center to kind of pop out a little bit more to fit, and it won't hit. From recollection, these wheels, it's been so long I've done a car video that I don't remember everything. I believe these wheels weigh in at about 14 to 16 pounds, like 15 and change for the rear, and like maybe either high 15s in the rear and low 15s in the front, or high 15s and the high 14s. Like I'm talking, they're so light. Stock wheels, I'll put on the screen. I forget what they are right off the top of my head. Then I mentioned they're fully forged as well. They're not like the flow forged or whatever. Every company kind of has their own way of wording it. You have your typical cast. You have your flow form, forged, half forged, as people call it, where they kind of say you get the benefit of both, but you really don't get the full benefit of the lightweight and the strength of a fully forged wheel. This wheel is fully forged, and we're going to, right now for the S2000, because I kind of saw that there was like a gap when it came to S2000 wheels. I didn't like the Enkai RPF ones. I think that's the name of them, where everyone rocks them. I'm just not a fan. I didn't like the style. It was that and a very few other wheels that you can get without modifying your wheel well and cutting and grinding and stuff like that. So I probably would have put some photos or B-roll or whatever. That's again with the center cap not on the rear, but you'll see it sits really nice. Besides that, the car's on stock suspension. I do have a set of Teen Flex Z coilovers. That's going to probably be after I move to the Carolinas, as well as me. I've been saying this in other videos. I have the NVIDIA Q300 catback, but I also have a high flow catted downpipe that I'm going to be putting on. And then at that same time, since it might make it a little bit louder, I'm going to swap out the bottle style resonator that's in the NVIDIA for a vibrant ultra quiet. So there are some plans for the S2000. As I'm driving this, as I'm talking, as I'm recording this video, my Integra Type S, my new 2024 Acura Integra Type S. Let's do a little pull real quick, and then we'll go on with the Integra. Sounds nice. That's with the air on and 90-degree weather. So let's quiet things down a bit. My new Acura Integra Type S, 500-600 miles on it, barely drive it. It's currently with Donnie over at New Jersey Speed Shop. I figured before I leave Jersey, let him do a little bit of his magic on there. We're getting an exhaust. Is it MPBR? I always get the freaking letters flipped. We're gonna have that available on drivendistrict.com. It's the MPBR, for recollection, that's the right letters, valve system. So if you don't know, the Acura Integra Type S already comes with a valve system from the factory. A lot of people thought the Civic Type R should have done it. Why does the Acura Integra Type S has it? It's supposed to be more luxury, but whatever. I love it. I like it. You have comfort mode, valves closed, sport mode, valves open, sport plus, valves open, pops, bangs, burbles, whatever you want to call it, all from the factory from Acura. This exhaust also utilizes the same valve functionality. So we're getting that put on. We're getting a new set of wheels. Now this set of wheels is not R branded like the one that I have from AeroForged on my S2000 right now. We do want to make one for this car, but until then I saw this really nice wheel, a nice color too, not your typical colors. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but I saw it on a Civic of the same color, Civic Type R, similar color to my Integra, like that kind of grayish, dark gray color, and I thought it was perfect. So we got that. We got the wheels. I think I'm just throwing on a K&N filter for now until I do more research on the proper intake box, if it actually produces power or not. And what else? Eibach Pro Kit springs for the DE5 Integra Type S, which again is going to be available on drivendistrict.com if you're interested in that. So I'm excited to get that car back. I'll probably, the owner over at New Jersey Speed Shop, Donnie's going to be away for like a week while the car is there, unfortunately. So I'm probably not going to get back for like a week or so. But once I do, I'm going to have some sound clips, some videos. I already have a video not comparing, but showcasing how a completely stock Integra Type S sounds with valves closed, open, and the Sport Plus mode. If you want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the corner. And then shortly after that card, I'll have another card, which if you don't know, there's this one thing I love doing in cars where I put a microphone under the engine bay and by the exhaust. So even on a completely stock car like the Integra Type S, I'll put that card right now in the corner. You can pick up some wild turbo sounds and exhaust sounds. So you better bet that once that drop-in filter goes in and the exhaust goes in, we're gonna be doing that again. Man, I miss driving this. It has been so long since I've driven this car. It's got 29,000 miles. It's still a baby. I can't wait to go to the Carolinas because I'm gonna have a garage finally. Right now, I've said in other videos, I don't have a usable garage. My cars sit outside. This thing is filthy. It is disgusting, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Also, another thing that we're doing, me and my business partner with the brand, we're doing vinyl wrap as well, because I'm talking about the S2000, how dirty it is. Once I move down, I might try tackling it myself. I've never wrapped a car, but we're gonna wrap the or I'm gonna try, me and my nephew who's living there, we're gonna try to wrap the S2000. The Giulia is already wrapped with one of our wrap styles, and that was done by a professional over at Style Up Auto in Jersey. He did my wide body 124 Spider, he did the Giulia. Really unique color, haven't showcased it yet like an official reveal, but I'll put a sneak peek right now for you guys, and that is going to be available as well. Probably on both sites, on Driven District and AVRA, which is going to be the other company that I'm referring to, that we're going to be selling a bunch of other products in-house branded. I'll have the links below. It'll be available probably on both sites. We do have in stock as of right now the color that's on the Giulia and the color that I'm putting on the S2000. I just don't know if we're going to share that yet. And obviously we can get a ton of other colors, but we wanted to test it first. And I brought it specifically to Style Up Auto because he used on my 124 Spider, not 3M, what is it? Avery Dennison. And when he used our wrap for the Giulia, I asked him, what do you think about this? And he said, it's good. He compared it to 3M and Avery, saying it's a step above the, what are the other ones that are kind of like the mid-tier? Oh man, I can't think right now. Is it? I think Tiny Bot is more like mediocre, but he said it's like above those lower tier, medium tiers, and kind of in between a medium tier one. Well, let's go and rev the hell out of that clutch. It's been too long since I drove this. He said it's like in between that mid tier and close to a 3M Avery. Now, as far as the longevity and all that stuff, we're gonna tell as we go on with that. We also ceramic coated it, which is something we're thinking of coming out with. We have a lot of things we plan to do, but this move is coming at such a crazy time. We have tons of carbon fiber also on the Giulia. If you haven't, well, you probably saw it when I put that video. Front lips, rear diffusers, the GTA M-Wing, duckbill spoilers, side skirts. so many different stuff, and I have it in stock right now, but I'm still getting shipping products to properly ship everything. And then we're gonna open up pre-orders to get more in stock, but I'm probably gonna wait until I move to the Carolinas. And then when we do our next shipment, we'll open pre-orders, so it'll be beneficial to the community. Because when we're doing pre-orders, we're gonna be ordering stuff that we're gonna sell. But if you guys put your order in during the pre-order, then we're gonna offer a discount, because then you guys are gonna be on the same shipment where we're putting our order in anyway. So it's gonna be a little bit cheaper that way. So that's the update on the S2000. What do you call it? Integra, pretty soon I should be getting back. And then the Giulia is gonna be shipped off to my partner in Oklahoma pretty soon. He'll have it, producing more content. I think that's about it. You know, it's been forever since I've went out driving doing a video, so I figured I'd just turn the cameras on. There's a lot of other stuff I can talk about, like the health updates, but I'm not gonna drag that into this video. I have a whole playlist about that I'll put in the corner. Luckily now I could eat food. Long story short, there was like 4 months I was on a pureed diet. Almost another month that I was living off of just a powder, water, and ice. And I dropped down to like 130 pounds. And now I'm getting a phone call. And now I'm back up to like 165 pounds. So thankfully I'm able to eat solid foods again, but I'm still having a lot of issues. I'm still trying to figure that out, and it's getting very expensive still. But when I'm feeling good, I still like to go out and record some videos, create some content. So if you're interested in more content on the S2000, on the Integra Type S, which I think is gonna be really nice, it's gonna come back lower, new wheels, exhaust, not intake, but you know, a air filter. Is it gonna sound different? Who knows? Maybe a little bit maybe. Things a K&N drop-in filter. But if you're interested in more content, the Giulia, we're gonna have showcasing that so much more, because that wrap looks insane when it bounces off the sunlight in the shade. It's crazy. And then what I'm going to be wrapping the S2000 in. And if I didn't say it already, the 124 Spider, a Barth wide body, has officially sold. It was for sale. It actually sold to someone local in my town. So maybe I'll try seeing it again before I leave Jersey. But yeah, that's it, you know. I love cars. I'm already have ideas for new cars. Man, like, if I haven't said it before, when I was young in high school, my first car ever was a 97 Prelude. It was an automatic, my one and only, besides, like, I've had 20 cars and one other one was an automatic. It was a, seriously, bro, it was like, people can't drive in Jersey. I'm hoping people in the Carolinas can drive better. One other automatic, but my first car was a Prelude, and I have a soft spot for that. I have like 2 cars that I really want. And it's funny, because they're freaking cheap. I was telling my girlfriend the other day, and she's like, really? Like, if I had a dream car, I would want like a Lamborghini or this. I'm like, no, I want a Honda Prelude, low mileage, good condition, manual transmission, and I want a Volvo S60R. Again, low mileage, good condition. I love my 4-cylinder turbo all-wheel drives like Evos, but that S60R, I think looks so good. Completely stock, it might pass for a grandma car sometimes, but you can make it look so good. And that 5-cylinder tone sounds so good. So yeah, maybe in the future, if things start going really well in the Carolinas, business-wise and everything, we'll have more project cars to the channel. But like I said, I don't want expensive. Honda Prelude or an S60R. Probably I'll go with the Honda Prelude and stick with the JDM theme. I already have the S2000, fun, rear-wheel drive, old school JDM. Integra Type S, fun, front-wheel drive, new school JDM. And then mix it up with a Prelude, old school front-wheel drive. I think it's gonna be fun modifying the Prelude. Again, this is way into the future, but if you like cars, consider subscribing, consider following on Instagram at Driven District, and AVRA, and AeroForged, everything else. I'll link below if you're interested. I do appreciate the support. Give it a like, comment below. Let me know what you think. We will chat down there, and you can check out drivendistrict.com for performance parts, for some merch. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.